start swearing.
Yeah.
Sabe que se está llegando, que está llegando, que está llegando. Y ahí.
Welcome to another episode of Massive Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Mass Double, and alongside me is my co-host, Luis Alsola, and we have a moderator today. Her name is Luz Cruz. You'll be hearing her voice in the background. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, man. Today we got a special episode today. I'm gonna dedicate this one to my nephew Edwin, baby Edwin Guzman. We're gonna get into the story of what happened this past week. It was a rough ending of the weekend, so this is gonna be a tough one. You know what I'm saying? Basically, yeah, man. This Friday night, Saturday morning, I woke up to some bad news, some horrible news.
Yeah.
And basically, man, it was like 7:30 in the morning. I went to sleep like at 2:30 in the morning because I had a show for that Friday night in the Clover Pub, and Luis Alsola was there with me, and a bunch of others. Man, shout out to the team. Yeah, but that night, when that was happening, I didn't know, what was going on until 7:30 in the morning. At 7:30 in the morning, I was waking up to calls. My phone was blowing up, and one of the calls I ended up picking up, and it was my mom's husband, and he was telling me that he had bad news for me. So I woke up to bad news. Basically, he was telling me that my nephew, baby Edwin, passed away.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, it is a big sorry, man. It's definitely a devastation to the family. So it was horrible news. Literally, right when I got up from the bed, I was literally still in bed, but that news just destroyed everything for that morning. And so when I finally got the story on why, why it happened, we're gonna get into that now. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. You know what I'm saying? So that Saturday night, like I think Friday, 11:30, 12 midnight, him and his friends. He was with his friends, two of his friends, and he was a passenger in a vehicle, his friend's vehicle, and they were on their way back from Connecticut, and one of his friends, the driver, he was drinking. He was under the influence, and he was driving his car back this way from Wethersfield, Connecticut. It's like a little past Hartford. So he was coming from northbound, coming back this way, coming back home. And he was driving fast, and he was intoxicated, and these are young boys, these are young kids, in their early 20s, baby Edwin was the youngest one. He just turned 21 in April 3rd of this year. And mind you, I want to get into that baby Edwin is my oldest brother's son. His name is Edwin Guzman as well. And my brother's locked up. We're gonna get into that as well too. That my brother being locked up, and we're going through this thing, right? This crazy thing. So now, his friend's driving, I think doing 110. That's what the speedometer said when the police arrived to the scene. The speedometer was at 110 when it crashed, when the vehicle crashed, and that's what it was stuck on.
Esto fue en el área de Connecticut. It was in Connecticut.
Yeah,
in Windsor.
Yeah, it was in Wethersfield. Wethersfield, it's a little past Hartford. So they were on their way back this way. And he was doing 110. He was intoxicated. My nephew was in the back seat. There was another friend in the front seat. His name is Joshua Gonzalez. I want to pay my respects to his family as well. My condolences to you and your family, to everybody in his family, his friends. He was in the car as well, and he unfortunately passed away as well, alongside with my nephew, baby Edwin Guzman III. So
very sad to hear.
Yeah, very sad.
My condolences to
Thank you, Louis.
your family. And
Yeah,
it was a shock when you told me about it when you put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, man, I shared it on Facebook. Unfortunately, it took me probably a day or two. I probably did it mad late, but I ended up sharing it after because I was trying to gather my thoughts. I was trying to gather the information that was happening before I immediately posted. I was trying to gather everything up, and and then I finally made a post. I finally made a post. But I want to go before I get to that post. I want to go back to the actual accident. So. He lost control of his car. I think he was going from lane to lane, and he ended up crashing into a guardrail. His car flipped over a bunch of times with all three of them in the car, and it went into an embankment. But two bodies flew out the vehicle, in which it was baby Edwin and Joshua Gonzalez. Crazy news over the weekend. It was the most toughest. It still is. We're still going through it, all of us. All of our friends and family are definitely going through this. So now, two bodies flew out the vehicle. The driver made it. He survived. The driver survived, and he with minor bruises. He surved.
How come? What was?
He probably had.
He had
his
seatbelt on.
I think he had his seatbelt on. It had to because he didn't get ejected from the vehicle. The other two did, so he must have had a seatbelt on.
Was it a crash directly with a?
No, it was. He lost control of his car. It hit a guardrail.
Okay.
And it just went flipping. It
right.
flipped.
Yeah.
He was going left to right. Lanes. From right lane to left lane. And it flipped over, it hit a guardrail, and it went into an embankment. It's like in the side of the highway in the woods, and the two bodies flew out. So when the paramedics arrived to the scene, they found two bodies outside of the vehicle on the ground in this wooded area, and the kid that was driving, he was alive, and he failed a sobriety test. He didn't want medical attention. He got arrested immediately. After the sobriety test, he got arrested. So they arrested this young man, which, mind you, this was their friends. They were all three friends. Good friends.
No es algo. It's not something that you could say that he did it on purpose. Of course, not take it away, and that's where I know that you're gonna go with this story. Just to bring awareness to people.
Yes,
which is that sometimes we don't think. I know that this kid right now, probably is not really. It wasn't done on purpose, pero fue un mishap, algo que pasó por una irresponsabilidad.
Yep.
For how do you say an irresponsibility? Irresponsible behavior.
Yeah.
That sometimes we don't think that it's gonna bring
negligence. Like I said, being intoxicated from any type of substance, it could cause those things while you're driving, especially when you're doing 110 miles per hour. He lost control, and then so now when the paramedics came to the scene, they had to put the two bodies in a basket, and then they had to bring it to safety into the street, bring it up with a rope.
It was a difficult retrieval.
Yeah, it was very difficult, the retrieval of the situation. And they had to use rope in a basket, put the bodies in a basket, individual baskets, and then bring them with a rope. The two bodies, my nephew and Joshua, they were both alive, still on the scene. They were alive on the scene. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then the paramedics had to do that, and then, get them by rope, put them in a basket, get them to the vehicle, got them to the hospital, and that's where they unfortunately passed away.
Yeah, they got there in critical condition.
Yes, they were. Yep. They were in critical condition, and, they passed away there. And that's basically what happened that late Friday night, Saturday morning. That's what was going on with my nephew, baby Edwin, which is my oldest brother's son. His name is Edwin Guzman as well. My dad's name is Edwin. So my dad's name is Edwin Guzman Sr. My brother's name is Edwin Guzman Jr. And then my nephew's name is Edwin Guzman III. And yeah, that's what happened, man. It was it's sad. It's very sad. It was and it still is because we're still dealing with the process. So this weekend is gonna be his awake on Friday. I think that's the 10th, right? Is that the 10th?
Yeah.
That's the 10th, right? Friday the 10th is his awake at 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday the 10th, and La Rosa Funeral Home in Holyoke, Massachusetts, in Main Street. And
let me make I'm gonna do a graphic right now. What I'm running is the pictures that you gave me.
Yes.
I'm doing a montage right now. I'm running that as we speak.
Yeah, we're gonna put up a bunch of photos on the screen.
That's what I'm doing right now, and I put the information that we retrieve on Sunday, which is I know that you're gonna continue and elaborate about the awareness.
Yes.
And phone numbers and
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
So that's playing right now. As of like people have the GoFund, so they could see. Because right now, any help will be very much appreciated.
Very much appreciated.
And let me just make I'm gonna make a title here, and I'm just gonna put that address and that information that you.
So this episode, I'm basically dedicating it. This is my second episode of my new podcast, and I am dedicating this one. It's a special one, and I'm dedicating it to baby Edwin. Because this happened this weekend. So
we're live right now. We're live right now. For those of you, we are live in the Mass Double page in Facebook. Please share, and comment. We have moderator. We got Luz back there. Luz C. Está en la casa con nosotros.
We got Luz Cruz there, and you guys can follow her on TikTok as well. She is our moderator in the back, like Louis said. And these are two beautiful people that are assisting and making this all happen.
Give me the information. So baby, I'm gonna write baby Edwin's wake. What is it? Funeral?
Yes, the funeral is gonna be in La Rosa. Funeral, La Rosa.
I'm just gonna write that La Rosa.
La Rosa in Holyoke. La Rosa Funeral Home. Yeah. La Rosa Funeral Home in Holyoke, Mass. Thank you for everybody tapping in. This is our second podcast episode, and we went live, so those could be tapped in a live sense of this. And I appreciate everybody tapping in. Hey, I want to thank everybody also that on my post that I posted about baby Edwin, his photo. You guys all commented and send your prayers to the family and friends. I appreciate all the comments, every single one. There's a lot of comments to comment back, but I definitely hearted everything. And I just want to say thank you. And I highly appreciate all y'all responses to it and the engagement to it, the shares, a lot of shares. I appreciate the shares on that. And I definitely appreciate the donations. We did pretty good on the GoFundMe. It's still open. You guys can go to my timeline. And the link is right there with the GoFundMe for baby Edwin. If you guys want to still donate, if you haven't yet, that's beautiful. That'll be amazing. That'll really help the family out. Right now it's like 6,000. The goal is 10,000. That's how much it'll cost to bury him, like 10,000. And right now we're at like 6, so we're trying to.
Dame la dirección de La Rosa.
You got the address.
La Rosa Funeral Home. Or just the date. You can give me the date in Holyoke.
What is it?
Holyoke, Mass.
On the 10th.
It's going to be on the 10th.
Holyoke, Mass.
Yep, Friday the 10th from 6 to 8.
10, 25. This is live right here, like right editing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, we're giving it to y'all live and raw, man. So that's where we are today. And then, so I'm gonna turn this into awareness. It's gonna be an awareness thing. We're gonna talk about DUI. We're gonna talk about prevention. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things. But
the time. The
time is gonna be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's just put that.
And I appreciate anybody that want to go pay their respects. Y'all can pull up. You know what I'm saying? Pull up definitely that Friday and come check baby Edwin out, man, on his on the wake and then Saturday, right now he's putting that in the screen right now. But Saturday is gonna be the actual burial.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the wake right now.
Do the wake.
This is information that we just got, so brand new. So we're just adding it.
Yeah, his burial is gonna be the next morning at 8:30 in the morning. It's gonna be in Holyoke at the. Let me see, what was the name of the cemetery? The name is gonna be.
Thank you, Zorro, for the hugs and prayers.
Thank you, Zorro. Appreciate that. It's gonna be at the graveside service, Forestdale West Cemetery in Holyoke, Mass. The address on that is 200 Rock Valley Road. It's gonna be at 8:30 in the morning.
That's usually those are things
The
that.
address is 254 Main Street in Holyoke.
Right, for me to so let me just
You don't have to put that in there. We're just
exactly. So
it's
so
254
right now
Main
what we
Street.
doing is
That's
just
what,
making sure that everybody knows the wake is happening, and for people that want to actually go to the cemetery and all that stuff, they could get that information.
Yes, yes.
We are running this in the camera right now, so and doing the photos of the homage, the montage that you wanted us to
Yeah, man,
play.
we're gonna be putting up photos of baby Edwin with our beautiful family. You know, with his dad. You know, that's a picture of his dad, him and his dad. You know, before my brother went to prison, because my brother's in. Shout out, you know, free my brother. He's in prison. He's been in prison for 11 years.
If anybody that's online right now knew Baby Edwin and wants to say their condolences or whatsoever, put it in the comments there. You can also do. I think you could do. Actually, this use our WhatsApp, right? I'm the executive producer, so
Yeah.
use my. You can WhatsApp me.
Yep, you can WhatsApp Lewis.
Actually, no, you're okay. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. But you could send messages, voice messages, perhaps if.
We're watching him right now. We can see exactly when somebody's commenting.
Yep.
Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you for everybody tapping in, man. We're doing this for y'all too, man. So y'all could be live with us on the second episode. It's a special one. You know, we got pictures of
You
this.
should be playing the song of yours that actually goes.
Yeah.
It's a dedication. This is Mass Double dedication.
Yeah,
of
this
course,
is
use your music to honor your family.
Yeah,
you know?
this is a deep song right here. This was called "To the Sky." It was produced by Avery on the beat, but it's definitely talking about that. You know, like it's a positive record, but it's also sad. You know, it talks about you know, just staying positive.
Dealing with loss.
Yeah,
right.
People we lost. Yeah, man. It's definitely official. When it comes down to that, this is the perfect time for this record to be playing. You know, but that's what it is with that. And we got photos of Edwin right now. This is when he used to play basketball. That's on the screen now. His jersey number was number 7. You know, on the hashtags, everyone's putting E7. You know. Long live 7, you know, because of that. Because he was a basketball player. He was a very great basketball player. This photo that's actually up now, this was at the Mullins Center in Amherst.
In Amherst, in UMass?
In UMass, yeah, man. This right here, I remember this. I went to go see him play, and it was a special game, and, you know, it was at UMass, you know what I'm saying? And I went to go see him play, and it was definitely a beautiful game, and it was a while ago. It was a few years, you know, a bunch of years ago, but you see the jersey number 7, you know, that was his number. You know, yeah, man.
Yeah, esta foto bonita. Me dijeron que la tomaron aquí.
Yeah, so he has a baby girl, man. My niece, you know, Goldie. She wasn't born yet. This is a photo shoot that Luz Cruz did for both of them. It was a beautiful photo shoot. It was a paternity shoot with both of them involved in the picture. This is it. He was kissing the belly. You know, he has a beautiful daughter. This is my brother right here with his son. They went to an NBA game. And, you know, when my brother was out, you know, he was very close with his family. And he is definitely heartbroken of the situation. I actually spoke to him today for the first time since. And it was a tough call. But I gave him some positive words of, you know, encouragement and things like that. But he's definitely broken, man. You know, it's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a tough one.
¿Y aquí?
And this is recent, man. This is a recent one. I'm thinking like a month ago. This is him with his sister in the middle, and his grandfather, which is my father, with the white suit, and he's in the red suit, and his sister Kiki is in the middle. This is her quinceañero. They had a beautiful quinceañero about a month ago. My dad came out here to visit from Texas. Shout out to him. And he came here to be with his grandkids. And this is one of those photos, a beautiful photo. You know, and this is another photo with him and his daughter, you know, his beautiful daughter.
La hija de...
Yeah, that's the mother of his child with him. And then this is his baby.
Esa es la nena del...
Esa es la nena, you know.
Okay.
And there's a beautiful picture of him and his family. And, you know, so he leaves a beautiful angel behind, you know.
Rest in peace, baby Edwin.
And this is a photo that we got made, you know, with him with some wings, you know, going to God, you know. Unfortunately, we have to go through that right now in these difficult times. But we got to stay strong, man. We got to stay strong. We got to definitely stay strong in these type of situations. And but it's definitely devastating, you know. Yeah, and it's a tough one. So now, you know, we got to talk about DUI, and we got to talk about all these things to prevent. For you people out there to try to prevent, you know, people from drinking and driving, or even just smoking marijuana and driving, or doing pills and
driving. But we're talking about that, which a lot of us do it. You know, we're not innocent. There's a lot of us who don't think that a little drink or smoking a blunt in the car will affect you. You know, you're safe. I'm driving. I'm chilling. But you never know when things are gonna happen, when you're gonna make the wrong decision, when you can't control. So it's always better to, you know, prevent things, especially in the. I'm not gonna don't defender, pero the drinking and driving, the alcohol especially, is something that you smoke and you get slow. Pero when you drink, hay different. Hay gente que coge valor.
Yeah.
Ahora mismo esto que se me ve a mí, this situation this situation.
Yes.
Going at that speed, going that fast is one of those when you're drunken, you're not thinking about, you're just going for it.
Yeah.
Eso es lo que se llama el liquor courage.
Yeah.
Tú sabes. Entonces, with that, pues, we went out there y chequeamos a ver para poder compartir, to share with everybody awareness. Of course, this is national place que so I just want you que tú tiras la tuya.
Yeah. So basically, man, we're gonna drop. We got numbers on the screen right now for, like, if you need help, you know, and you're battling anything, whether it's mental health, whether it's substance abuse, you know, anything like that you're going through, and it's difficult for you, you know, to try to prevent you from hurting someone or hurting yourself. You know, there's a number on the screen right now that you'll see that you can call. You know what I'm saying? And then also you can go to Liberty Street. You got BHN. Where that was national. That's the MAD one, right?
The national is MAD. So we went to bring awareness because the Massive Talk podcast is gonna be. We're talking about this. What is the concept? What are you bringing to the people?
Yes.
What are you bringing to the community?
Yes.
And basically, we're gonna be bringing awareness of situations like this. Look at this tragedy. It's very bad that it had to touch your family directly.
Yes.
But there are things that we don't think about out there. Okay.
Yeah.
And being aware. That's what we want you to learn things and to actually implement them in your life. So, Mothers Against the Drunk Driving. This is something that is viejísimo. It's something that's established. They have a 1-877 MAD help, which it's not only is that if you have a family member that you're trying to do an intervention on, or you want you yourself need somebody to talk to about problems, to deal with victims of drunk driving accidents and situations like that. They have a support line, so they'd be able to help you out, and then let you elaborate on the local. We're always going to bring you something national, and then something local, which is what you're talking about, which is go ahead.
The local help is they're called BHN. You could definitely go there. You could Google it. I think we got some information we'll put on that on the screen as well. I don't know if we do.
Yeah, it is. Right now, let me just that information, we got the GoFundMe for, hold on, because me duermo y no cambio la cámara.
Yes.
Está él ahí.
Yeah.
Y no te cambio la cámara.
Yeah.
But we have the information in the banner there. Yeah. I'm just struggling a little bit because I'm getting into the English flow. Porque en español, pues rápido, pero que queremos que el show corra en inglés y en español también.
Yeah.
So,
hay gente que está escuchando español también.
So, para los que sepan, pues tenemos el número de MAD, de Mothers Against Drug Driving. Esto es una organización que fue creada para dar support a víctimas de drunk driving y dar educación y dar otras maneras de support. Also, tenemos, luckily, here, not only alcohol, all right, substance abuse, mental health. Tenemos a BHN, que está por ahí. Ellos tienen un crisis line, el cual nosotros pusimos aquí. Esto es un public service announcement. Aquí nobody, MAD is not paying us, BHN is not paying us. We're doing a public service announcement, and that's what we're going to continue to do every week here at the Massive Talk Podcast. We're going to continue to bring you information like that, and news. Mas Double has his news that are coming up. And we're also going to try to have community leaders and people from out there that are making a difference come talk to us and spread their message.
Yes, everything he's saying is 100% correct. So yeah, man, these are the contacts that you guys can get a hold of. If you know someone is struggling with this type of behavior, going through these type of things, you definitely want to go and try to help them out, and they need help. Also, another thing I wanted to touch on is if someone is drunk, intoxicated, or whatever it is, and they're high and their vision's impaired or whatever they're going through, and they have the keys to a vehicle, man, take the keys away.
Yeah.
That's something that we got to work harder on too in our community and everywhere.
Lo que pasa es que eso, Mas Double, tiene un stigma. De tú estar, la llave, especially in our community, in our culture. Ser boricua es también tú darte tu cervecita. Todo el mundo se da la cervecita. Entonces tú quitas como, mira, crea un estigma, el cual es lo que estamos tratando de hacer aquí, de que ustedes vean que no, que mira las consecuencias. Look at the consequences of the things that happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't be embarrassed. Mira, I can't drive. Toma la llave.
Take the keys, man. Here, take the keys. I can't drive, man. You know what I'm saying? You drive. You're sober, drive. And we all got to do better in that sense, man. Or just take an Uber or take a Lyft, or because you could hurt somebody, you could hurt yourself. There's a lot of ways this can go bad, tragically. And so now we have to all do better in that sense as far as that. Sober is the best way to go. If you can live a sober life, do it. But if you're not, and you want to take a shot of 2 or 3 or 4, or some beers, 6, 5, 4, and you want to get high or whatever, but you're driving a vehicle, that's where you guys got to step it up a little more out there in the communities outside. You guys got to take that thing more serious because of these type of tragics that happen. Someone loses their life. Being a passenger, or even just you driving, or somebody else in the other vehicle, you could kill somebody else in another vehicle, or you could hit a pedestrian, or
And regrettably, most of the time, which I'm not, regrettably, the person that was driving always survives.
Yeah, and that's a common thing too. A lot of the times, like Louis said here, man,
So toma eso en cuenta, y coge conciencia, no es dándote palo, no es machucándote. Es de que, pues, si me voy a darme una cervecita, voy a janguear, pues entonces voy a estar consciente de que vamos a tener siempre nuestra persona designada. Y siempre lo hay, mi gente. There's always somebody que no bebe. O que no janguea mucho. Pero esa es la normalidad.
And then speed. Now, another thing I want to talk about is speed. Speeding while you're driving. You could be sober, you could be intoxicated, right? But speeding either way, it's a horrible thing to do, especially when you're surpassing the speed limit. Because if you're doing 100 miles per hour, you're racing or whatever, you're racing another car, or you're just trying to race home and all that, that's very bad, because that you could lose control of your vehicle doing 80, 90, 100 miles per hour. And it's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, you could lose your life that way too. The car go flipping, it's a lot of things. Slow down. Slow down. Do the speed limit. You ain't got to speed. Do the speed limit so you can get to your destination safely. You know, that's the whole point of a car. That's another thing, right? You want to race, go to a racetrack where that's what it's made for. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to a racetrack. You know, you go there, you race. You don't got to race on these highways and go to these races on a regular road, on a highway that's public. You know, that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Racing is crazy. Like, you know, it's good. Shout out to the racers, but you want to do it in an actual racetrack. That's what I recommend. You know what I'm saying? Race for something positive. If you're gonna race for your life, to live longer. Race to do something right with your life, you know, and to race for success, race for safety, race for, you know, to do good in your life. You know, don't race a car to then not have control of your vehicle, and then it's a wrap. And then it's a tragic situation happening, and then everybody's family's got to suffer because somebody loses their life, you know? That's the part that is wild to race. What do you think about racing on the highway in the public road? What do you think about that?
It's very, very dangerous. But also, the pain is not just for the victims.
Nope.
The actual person that's going through it. I'm telling you that a lot of people that go through this, that are the ones that were driving on that day, again, I know that this kid right now, he's not in any moment.
Yeah.
You know, it was his friends, his own people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So, eso destruye. That's why sometimes, you know, when you listen to all these commercials, they highlight all the consequences that happen for drunk driving or driving under the influence.
Yeah.
You know, you yourself right now, ¿qué va a pasar? You know, we're not going to elaborate too much on that. We are honoring Baby Edwin.
And Joshua Gonzalez as well.
And
Shout out to
Joshua.
his family. My condolences to his family. Matter of fact, let's do a moment of silence real quick for the lives lost in this situation. We're going to do it right now. Moment of silence. Rest in peace to both of those.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. So that's where we are with it, man. My condolences to the family of Joshua Gonzalez as well, man. And then now the driver, right? Now the driver got to go to prison. You know what I'm saying?
Por eso, that's what I'm trying to, I'm pointing out.
Yep.
Está abierta ya, si puedes, quieres hacer un comentario. What's going on over there in the comments?
In the comment section.
Make sure you share.
Here.
Also,
you guys are in my prayers from Vivian. We appreciate that.
Yep.
Rob Washington, thank you. We love you too.
Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for viewing.
She said, "Amen. Great job bringing awareness.
Thank you.
Very touching. You got me in tears."
Yeah, man.
Maribeth, sending love and prayers.
Amen. Thank you.
Zoro,
Thank you guys.
Proud of you, Eric. You have a strong will and a compassionate heart.
I appreciate
You
Stepping
too.
up for his dad, Junito.
Yeah, that's my
by
brother,
doing this
man.
as his uncle. God bless you. Prayers to the entire family.
Amén. Ay, Dios
I had
mío.
to. It was calling me. I had to. Thank you guys for your comments.
Amén.
I had to, man.
Amén.
My brother's doing a lot of
Eso
time.
me dio sentimiento eso.
Yeah, because it's real, man. You know, my brother's not here, and you know he's not even gonna be able to make it. He's a Mississippian federal penitentiary, and he's not gonna. That's another sad thing. He's not even gonna be able to make it. You know, to the funeral. He can't even come. You know what I'm saying? And that right there alone is very devastating. You know, the family's heartbroken on that part. You know what I'm saying, with my brother, him not being here. So I gotta be here for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm his brother. I'm right there. I'm the middle child. So I gotta step up and be here for my brother and the rest of my family. I gotta be strong for the Guzmans. You know what I'm saying?
Right now,
And
you're
everybody
seeing the
else.
information for the wake.
Yeah, that's the information
La
for the
Rosa.
way. Yeah.
La Rosa Funeral Home.
Mm-hmm.
So va a ser the 10th.
That's gonna be on the 10th right there.
Eso esta semana, ¿no? Este viernes.
This Friday. Este viernes, wake then, you know, and I would like to see a lot of people there in support of baby Edwin and the family, and you know, come check us out, come check him out, you know, on his farewell to God, you know, to heaven, and you know, having gained another angel, man, you know, and it's just sad that it had to be him, you know what I'm saying? It's a sad, very tough, you know. He was my sister-in-law's firstborn child, you know, so that was Jodi's. Her name is Jodi. Shout out to Jodi. I love you so much, Jodi. Keep your head up, stay strong. But that was her only son, and it was her firstborn child. So she's devastated because of that. Man, like I said, they had a great relationship. They had a very powerful, amazing mother and son relationship, and anybody that knows them and that are close to them, they know that they had an amazing, close relationship. Like best friends. You know what I'm saying? And he leaves behind his beautiful daughter. He leaves behind his 2 sisters. He has two younger sisters, Kiki and Leah. I love y'all very much too. But the family is definitely supported, man. Jody has a very big family as well, and we have a big family. But Jody has an amazing, beautiful, loving, big family. Shout out to her brothers, all her sisters, her mother. I've been with them these past couple days since the situation, and it's very touching, man. But they come together. They came together. They're there.
Amen.
Yeah, man. And that alone, seeing that alone, them coming together is the most beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, in times like these, it shows you who really is, your family, and and shout out to them, man. Being there and being strong and through these hard times, and then so we got family flying in from Puerto Rico, from Florida, from Texas, from Pennsylvania. We have family coming from everywhere, and probably other states too. I'm not aware exactly of the other states, but shout out to those people as well that are pulling up from different states, flying in, driving out here, a lot of hours to make it to this funeral and to this awake. Shout out to you guys, making that effort, and doing that and supporting the family in these hard times, Also, shout out to everyone that's donated, we really appreciate it. Even if it was $1, even if it was 50 cents, a quarter, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything matters, it shows that you are willing to be part of this and support this burial and this awake and this funeral, all that, because it's a surprise. This was a surprise. Like nobody knew that this was the direction that we were going to go with this. Like we got to bury baby Edwin, that's tough. That was a surprise. Like, like it was, and it caught us off guard. But in these times hard, we step up to the plate. The real ones, they step up to the plate, you know what I'm saying? And they support each other. And that's really what it's about, is supporting each other in these difficult times. It shows you who's the real ones, you know what I'm saying? And for those that can't, we understand, also, I want to shed light on those too. The ones that can't, we understand, people go through hard times, difficult times, and we understand, just the effort of a comment, the comments help out a lot too. The shares, you sharing it, even if you didn't put no money in it, the share, that's putting money in because you're sharing the GoFundMe and you're sharing
the support.
Yeah, that you're sharing it with your friends. So even if you can't, put it on it, but if you share it and maybe one of your friends want to throw in a few dollars and, $1 or $2, $10, whatever y'all feel, man, whatever your heart desires, but share this, share the GoFundMe. Share the Cash App. What was the Cash App again? For baby Edwin, we had it there. You got it right there, the Cash App. Yeah, we're gonna put the Cash App. So those that can't do the GoFundMe and they don't have to put on a GoFundMe, like a card, you might need your debit or Visa or something like that. But with this, we have the Cash App, and the Cash App, we're trying to get it.
But you were gonna put it in the comments over there in the because when you were looking for it.
I had it, but I'm gonna give you guys the Cash App real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna look for it, man. Bear with me on this one. I'm gonna give you, my nephew's mother's Cash App.
Luz, ¿tienes comentarios ahí nuevos? What you got?
Well, Johnny's in here.
Yo, shout out to Johnny.
Now, pregunta para ti.
Johnny,
Moving forward. You are in your page, right?
Yes.
All right, moving forward. Login en la de.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So now the Cash App, I got it here. The Cash App is, if you can't make it to the GoFundMe and you want to just, you want to help through Cash App, the Cash App is Baby Edwin AG. BABYEDWINAG. That's the Cash App.
Baby
So you could send,
AG.
you could send, that Cash App right there that I just mentioned.
I'm gonna put it right here in the page.
You're gonna put it right there.
Right,
baby,
you got it.
Baby Edwin AG. Yeah, that's the Cash App right there, man. It's on your screen right now. And with that alone, you could just donate, man. If you can't use the GoFundMe, you could go there. You know what I'm saying? And then if you can use the GoFundMe, you could go to my timeline on Mass Double, and you'll be able to see the GoFundMe. The link is right there. And you'll be able to drop it through the GoFundMe, man. And I really appreciate it, man. The whole family appreciates it. That anybody, like I said, anything helps, you know what I'm saying? Even pulling up Friday and Saturday, show the support and share memories with the family. And if you're a friend or something of Baby Edwin, pull up and tell us some stories, man. What type of moments you shared with him. All that is appreciated, man. And everybody on Instagram as well that hit me up on Instagram, I want to shout you guys out too. On Instagram, a lot of love, a lot of support on the story, on the post that I did. Thank you for the follows, and thank you for sharing your memory with them. A lot of y'all went to school with them. A lot of y'all played basketball with them. A lot of y'all, grew up with them. And I appreciate every comment in my DMs about Baby Edwin, man. It was really touching, and it was courage. You guys had courage to reach out to me and tell me something about him, and I appreciate that, man. And I know that he loved you guys very much. If you were a friend of Baby Edwin, I know he loved you guys, man. And if y'all know about Baby Edwin, man, he was very funny. He had a great sense of humor as well. He was a smart kid. He bring light to the room. He looked just like my brother. He was his twin. You know what I'm saying? That's why we called him Baby Edwin. Mm-hmm. And we got pictures on the screen right there of him. When he was playing basketball. Boom. His numbers are 7. His numbers are 7. Boom, boom. Yeah.
Do not pay attention to that over there.
Appreciate
you
y'all.
are here.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
So right now on screen we got the Baby Edwin, the Cash App. If you want to donate and help out with the wake costs, look at everything, anything, right now, to assist with this. You were saying that the GoFund went very well, so we want to thank everybody that supported.
Thank everybody.
And like you were saying, just sharing the link, just passing it down. If you're not able to donate anything, just your moral support, very appreciated on this date of the wake, which is on Friday. Estoy aquí, déjame quitarte, I'm gonna take the Cash App thing out.
Thank you guys. Number 7 was his number right there, so that was his number on his jersey, and that's the number that he went by every time he played ball. It was number 7, and yeah, man, So basically, man, I hope this information that I was giving you guys today about bringing awareness to DUIs and just mental health, and if you have problems, try to get them fixed, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to get those fixed, man, because you could be driving, having fun, joyriding, but really, you could hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. That's what happened in this situation, man. 2 lives were lost, and it's very unfortunate. So yeah, man. Anything else you want to say? Anything, Luz?
No. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Luz.
D. Gonzalez said, my deepest and sincere condolences to you and your family.
Thank you, D.
Jody was on. She said, love you, my brother.
Love you too, Jody.
Sarah Sanchez said, my condolences to the family involved.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Don was on. And
Thank
Rose
you, Don.
Ramos said he was very funny. His smile was everything.
That smile was everything. He got our smile, my brother's smile, and everything was special. Thank y'all for your comments, man. I appreciate it a lot. Thank y'all for tapping in, and enjoying this live with us, and enjoying his pictures. And, I wanted to do this in memory of Baby Edwin, this second episode. And, yeah, man, it's a deep one. This is a deep one. It definitely touches home. Yeah. Anything you want to say, Lewis? You want to bring to the table? You want to talk about anything with that?
No, basically this show, like you said, is to honor your nephew,
Yep.
and definitely I'm touched by it, and like I told you, yo me siento, tú sabes, las pérdidas de la familia es algo que no es fácil.
Not easy.
Es algo, something very easy. And I know, I'm talking, es que en español es
No,
que me
no,
puedo
tú
expresar.
puedes
¿Sabes, mi
hablar
gente?
español.
Aquí, here, Más Double's gonna do your American, Spanish, English,
Yeah,
me, pero
yeah.
balingo, latinlingo,
Yeah.
al sol a la que hay.
We're doing Spanish and English. Yeah,
Yo
we
voy
got
a hablar en
Spanish and
español, a summarize todo esto que ha
Tú puedes
pasado
hablar
aquí.
español, yeah.
Este show, este es un summary right now, the whole hour. We're gonna try to focus on giving you 1 hour shows, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing this live because it was needed. Luz brought it to attention to us when we were doing this, because we're going to record this. Now let's do it live.
Let's do it live,
because
yeah.
it'll engage everybody.
Thank you, Luz, for that.
So
Thank you for
we
doing
thank
that.
all of you, a todos ustedes, su apoyo y el estar aquí. Y esto ha sido algo para traerle conciencia y compartir. Te voy a decir una cosa, Más Doble, tú tienes una manera de expresarte, y como tú estás expresado y como has hablado del chamaquito, y again, tampoco estamos aquí tirándole la mala al chamaquito que estaba guiando ni nada por el estilo, porque es que yo entiendo, se entiende que las cosas pasan, y en realidad eso fue un error que pasó, y por eso es que estamos trayendo esa awareness de tratar, ok, es verdad, tú llamas un número, no te vas a quitar, pero por lo menos es el primer paso de tú tratar de tener conciencia, y todos como comunidad, pues, por lo menos vamos a ponernos un goal todo, de que cuando estemos en los parties, siempre estemos pendientes, al más que le meta las bebiditas, tú sabes,
Que
y
no
nosotros, papito, no guíe.
No guíe.
Todo el mundo en la familia tiene alguien que,
You have
pues,
to do that. You have to
pues
do that.
entonces todo como familia y como amigos, porque esto era un grupo de amigos, eran 3 muchachos que eran panas, estos no eran enemigos, no eran gente que estaban, el chamaquito este no se tiró por ese risco al garete así porque él quiso, fue un error que pasó, y lamentablemente el alcohol lo tenía impedido. Estoy hablando en español porque me tengo que expresar,
español,
papi.
Habla español porque yo tengo gente
Pa'
que está
poder.
escuchando español.
Tú sabes.
They want to hear Spanish too.
Pero pues, es bien triste que haya pasado esto.
Yeah.
Yo me ha tocado
Yep.
porque, tú sabes, uno ha experimentado, y es bien fuerte tú perder a alguien en tu familia, especialmente a alguien tan joven como este chamaquito. ¿Cuántos años tenías tener?
He just turned 21 in April.
Estaba acabadito, fresco,
April
tenía un
3rd.
futuro en su vida. Y el otro muchacho, ¿cómo se Joshua, ¿qué se llama el otro?
Joshua, I think he was 25.
También nuestras condolencias para la familia. Yo sé que
Yeah.
hemos hablado también de Baby Edwin, porque la conexión hacia tu familia directa, pero también para Joshua y su familia, que tienen que estar sufriendo y están pasando por esto también.
Our condolences to the family of
Sí,
Joshua
y
Gonzalez.
también nos pueden pasar la información después, y sabe, para que nosotros también pues le pongamos sus links y sus cosas para ellos,
Yeah, man.
sabe, para la ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo es? La conmemoración, creo que se llama. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Se me olvidó español y en inglés, el wake.
The wake. What is it
Para
called?
el funeral, el velorio.
That's what it's called, el velorio.
Para el velorio.
See, I just learned something
Sí.
new today.
Eso es wake.
That's
Cuando
the
uno dice wake, es el velorio.
Yeah, I didn't know velorio, but I just learned something today. The velorio
Mm-hmm.
of both of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they both being buried, and 2 families have to suffer. 3 too, because the other kid that did it, he's in prison.
His
and,
family is suffering as
they're
well.
suffering,
All
they're
the
suffering,
families,
all of them.
everybody's
all the
suffering.
families, they're all suffering, in these hard times, bro. All 3 families of these three friends, because they were friends, they were really friends. I met the driver. I met the driver one time, and it was very recent when he was with Baby Edwin, and I could see it in their eyes that they were friends. They were happy to be with each other. They really were. I met this kid, and he was a good kid. He just made a big mistake, a very bad mistake, and it's because of that, because of drinking. But he was a good kid. I met that kid, the driver, man. I met him, and they were friends. I met them all together, and I was asking them questions, and watch each other's back, and you guys working, you guys, and I think I even gave the kid resources. I was like, I can get you a job. I told the kid, if you ain't working, I can get you a job and things like that. The driver, when I met him at the hall, the first day I met him was at the hall of the quinceañero that Jadi was prepping. She was prepping the hall, for the quinceañero. So me and my dad had landed from Texas, and we ended up showing up to the prep. They were prepping the quinceañero. We pulled up there. All the kids. Leo wasn't there, but Kiki was there. Baby Edwin was there with his friends. A couple other Johnny's family members and friends. They were getting getting it ready before the event at nighttime. And it was probably early. It had to be like 12 p.m., 11 in the morning, 12, por ahí. And we went over there. We met them at the hall, and his friends were there. It wasn't Joshua. Joshua wasn't there. It was that kid. I forgot the driver's name, but it was his kid. It was that kid was there, and he introduced me to his friends. And I was talking to them, make sure you guys are really friends, and like you guys, so watch each other's backs and don't get into trouble, don't do this, don't do that. I was giving them that advice real quick for the moment that I had with them. And then I was even asking if they were working. Are you guys working? What are you guys doing for money? Boom, here, I can get you a job. You don't have a job? Boom, I can get you a job. And with that kid, we had that conversation. And then that after the hall, baby Edwin was like, this is the last time I was with him too. This is the last day I was with him. He was like, yo, I'm going to go buy some sneakers, and I'm going to go to the mall and buy an outfit, because he was wearing a red suit that night for the event, but he wanted to buy an outfit to change after the red suit so he could be comfortable. So he went to go get some white Air Forces. So he took us to his boys. I'm sharing my last moment with him.
Sí, sí, tú estás expresando tu recuerdo. Eso es lo que se hace en un velorio de esto.
My last moment with him, it was that. So we went, he was like, yo, you want to ride with us? I'm going to my boy's store to go buy, shout out to his boy too. He brought us to the store. It was a dope store. The store was closed, so his boy let us in, on some private shit, you know what I'm saying? Like to see what he had. He had some dope clothes in there, and he went there to buy some Air Forces, so he bought some Air Forces there in Chicopee. And then from there, he's like, yo, we're going to go to the Holy Mall. I'm going to go buy an outfit. Come with us. And I was like, all right, we'll come from there too. So we ended up just going with him the whole time. So we were like 3 cars deep. And that car was one of them. The car that unfortunately they crashed, it was one of the cars. And so it was my car, it was that car, and it was my dad's car. He had his rental. And we followed each other, and we went to Holy Mall. And, we were at Holy Mall for like 2 hours. Walking around, we went to every sneaker store, we went to every clothing store, and we took our time, and they were looking at stuff. He was trying to put an outfit together, and he had 2 of his other friends. Shout out to them. They know who they are. They were there. One of them was like a stylist, like a stylist. Like he really was a stylist. So we were sharing stories about how I sell my CDs and my clothes. And he was telling his boy about me, like, yo, my uncle, trust me, you want to listen to my uncle, man. Like he be out there really selling merch. Like you can learn something off from you. You guys need to collaborate. He was telling his friend, y'all need to collaborate, like for real, because my uncle knows some things, and the kid has some skills too. Like he's a real stylist, like he messes with the clothes and fashion. And so he was helping my nephew, Edwin, pick out an outfit. So Edwin was seeking for his opinion and my opinion that day on outfits. But his boy was the main one, and then his boy will pick up the outfits and be like, yo, and Edwin will be like, yo, uncle, what you think about this? You think that, so he was asking for my opinion as well. You think this, because he was trying to pick an outfit for that night. Go ahead.
Que se sentía orgulloso de ti como tío.
Yeah, he was,
man. Y estaba cuando el chamaquito le buscaba la ropa, le decía, ¿qué tú crees?
Yeah, ¿qué tú crees? Yeah, he was, yo, what do you think? But uncle, this right here, yeah, it was dope, man. And he was telling his boy about me, yo, you need to collaborate with my uncle, because he be out there really, yeah, man. He's looking at his boy like, yeah, for real, this is what he does. And so, his energy was amazing that day. We had a great time, in the mall walking around. And then from there, after the mall, when we were done, we parted ways. We left, and my dad was going back to his hotel to get some rest, to get ready for that night, for the quinceañero. And then that was the last time that I actually physically.
Which is this photo right here?
Which is that's the night. That's the night. So that's the day that we went to the mall.
Esto que tú estás contando no es básicamente tu experiencia con él ese día. Y esa fue la última vez que tú lo viste.
Esa fue la última vez que yo lo vi. Yes. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I love you. Word, man. So that was my. I'm sharing my my last memory with him with that. But he's in my heart still right now. He's gonna always be in my heart forever, and I'm gonna hold his name down, and his dad's name. My brother, what I'm saying, both of them. My brother's in prison doing a lot of time. He's already done like 11 years. and he got a few more years left, and I'm gonna still hold them down, man. And I gotta step up even more now that my nephew's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's what I gotta do for the sake of our family and his sisters and everybody in the family. Just be there, be a rock. You know, I gotta be a rock. I gotta be strong. You know, for them and believe it or not, his sisters are being strong. His sisters are being strong, man. They're young. They're young and they're being very, very strong right now. That it's very inspiring for them.
Is this him with the sisters?
That's him with his sisters right there. Leah and Kiki, that's his daughter at the bottom right, and that's his mom on the bottom left. That's the whole family right there. That's Jotty's, beautiful family right there, and my family. That's my family right there. That's Jotty's kids, and that's my family. The whole entire crew right there is my family. And, they're strong. They're very strong, man, for real. I was with them last night, and it's just strength. All I see is strength, and only God gives that. God gives you strength to go through these hard times, very difficult times. God is the one that gives you the strength. And that's what I'm seeing over there. I'm seeing, like, God there. God is there, Baby Edwin's spirit's there, telling everybody, I'm in a better place right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm good. It's okay to smile and laugh and share beautiful memories of me and things like that. It's very sad that he's gone. Very, very sad. Like, I wish he was still here, but I know that he's here with us in spirit. And he's definitely here right now in spirit in this room right now. What we're talking about, God is here with us right now as well. And thank you for the calls. I had some beautiful calls, una llamada de gente, personally, calling my phone, and I appreciate you guys doing that. I love you guys, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Those calls are just powerful. Taking your time to call me up, and ask me if I'm fine, that you heard about what happened and you're checking up on me to see, how I'm holding on and everything, man. I appreciate that so much, for real, man. So if you're...
Amén.
Yeah, amén. To them. So if you're watching this, I love y'all, man.
Y con eso dicho, esto es el Massive Talk Podcast Special Edition dedicated to baby Edwin.